Can I find out if Pink's performance at the 2026 Tony Awards was really an ode to the trans community? Pink has long been recognized as one of the music industry's most outspoken and influential performers. Throughout her career, she has used her music and public appearances to address topics ranging from self-acceptance and individuality to equality and social justice. Because of that reputation, her appearance at the 2026 Tony Awards immediately attracted attention from fans, critics, and commentators alike. The Tony Awards are one of the biggest nights in theater, celebrating creativity, storytelling, and artistic expression. With millions of viewers watching from around the world, the event provides artists with a unique opportunity to share messages that extend far beyond entertainment. As soon as Pink was announced as a performer, speculation began about whether she would use the platform to address current social issues. One question quickly emerged from viewers and online discussions: was Pink's performance an intentional tribute to the trans community? The timing of the performance made the question particularly significant. Discussions surrounding transgender rights, representation, and inclusion continue to dominate public conversations. Across many countries, debates about identity, equality, healthcare access, and legal protections remain highly visible. As a result, any message from a major celebrity can carry considerable weight. Pink has consistently demonstrated support for LGBTQ+ communities throughout her career. She has often spoken about acceptance, authenticity, and the importance of allowing people to be themselves. Because of this history, many audience members watched her Tony Awards appearance with heightened interest, wondering whether she would once again use her platform to advocate for marginalized groups. As the performance began, viewers immediately noticed the production's emotional tone. The staging, lighting, and visual presentation appeared carefully planned and highly symbolic. Every aspect seemed designed to evoke themes of personal identity, resilience, and empowerment. Some viewers pointed to the color palette used during the performance. Certain colors featured prominently throughout the stage design, leading some observers to draw connections to symbols commonly associated with LGBTQ+ pride and visibility. While these visual choices were open to interpretation, they contributed to ongoing conversations about the performance's possible meaning. The song selection also became a major topic of discussion. Pink has built much of her career around songs that celebrate individuality and challenge societal expectations. During the performance, the lyrics emphasized themes of self-worth, personal freedom, and embracing one's authentic self. For many viewers, these themes naturally aligned with experiences often discussed within the transgender community. Messages about being accepted for who you are, refusing to hide your identity, and finding strength despite adversity resonated deeply with audience members. Others argued that the performance carried a broader message that could apply to many different groups and individuals. They suggested that Pink's lyrics focused on universal experiences, rather than a specific social issue. According to this interpretation, the performance celebrated anyone who has ever felt misunderstood, excluded, or pressured to conform. Despite differing viewpoints, there was widespread agreement that the emotional impact of the performance was undeniable. As the performance continued, attention shifted to Pink's interaction with the audience. Her delivery was filled with passion and conviction. She maintained strong eye contact with the crowd and conveyed a sense of sincerity that many viewers found moving. Body language can often communicate messages more effectively than words alone. Throughout the performance, Pink appeared fully committed to the themes she was presenting. Every gesture and expression seemed purposeful, adding emotional depth to the lyrics. Social media reactions began appearing almost immediately. Fans shared clips, screenshots, and interpretations across multiple platforms. Some praised the performance as a powerful statement of solidarity with transgender individuals. Others viewed it as a broader message about acceptance and human dignity. What fueled much of the discussion was a particular moment during the performance that stood out above all others. At one point, Pink delivered a lyric and accompanying visual sequence that many viewers interpreted as the emotional centerpiece of the entire presentation. The message focused on identity, courage, and self-acceptance. For supporters of the interpretation that the performance was an ode to the trans community, this moment served as compelling evidence. They argued that the themes being expressed closely reflected experiences often described by transgender individuals navigating societal expectations and personal journeys of self-discovery. The emotional intensity of the moment amplified its significance. Pink's vocal performance conveyed genuine feeling, making the message appear deeply personal and heartfelt. Audience reactions suggested that the moment resonated strongly. Some viewers described feeling inspired, while others said they felt seen and represented by the themes being expressed on stage. The visual storytelling further strengthened these interpretations. Lighting effects, staging choices, and symbolic imagery worked together to create an atmosphere centered on transformation, authenticity, and acceptance. Of course, not everyone agreed on the intended meaning. Some commentators cautioned against assuming a specific political or social message without a direct statement from Pink herself. They argued that artistic performances often invite multiple interpretations, and that audiences sometimes project their own experiences onto creative works. This perspective emphasizes the subjective nature of art. A performance can hold different meanings for different viewers, and those meanings may all be valid regardless of the creator's original intent. Nevertheless, the discussion itself highlighted the power of cultural moments like this one. Whether or not Pink explicitly intended the performance as a tribute to the trans community, the fact that so many people connected it to themes of identity and inclusion demonstrates the impact of her artistry. Celebrity advocacy has become an increasingly important part of modern public discourse. Public figures possess enormous platforms that allow them to reach audiences numbering in the millions. Their words and actions can influence conversations, shape perceptions, and encourage greater understanding of complex issues. Pink has frequently embraced this responsibility throughout her career. She has never been afraid to express her beliefs or support causes that matter to her. As a result, many viewers naturally looked for deeper meaning within her Tony Awards appearance. Supporters of the trans community, who interpreted the performance as a gesture of solidarity, expressed appreciation for what they viewed as a message of acceptance. They argued that representation and visibility remain important, especially during periods of intense public debate. Meanwhile, others appreciated the performance because they felt its message extended beyond any single group. To them, the central theme was universal human dignity and the right of every individual to live authentically. Interestingly, these interpretations are not necessarily incompatible. A message can simultaneously support a specific community while also speaking to broader human experiences. This duality may explain why the performance generated such widespread attention. Different viewers found different meanings within the same artistic presentation, yet many arrived at similar emotional conclusions about acceptance and self-expression. As discussions continued in the days following the event, media outlets, entertainment commentators, and fans continued analyzing every detail. Clips from the performance circulated widely online, prompting additional debate about its symbolism and significance. Some focused on specific visual elements, others examined lyrical content. Still others emphasized Pink's history of advocacy and public support for LGBTQ+ individuals as evidence supporting the interpretation. Regardless of where people stood on the question of intent, there was little disagreement about the quality of the performance itself. Critics praised Pink's vocal ability, stage presence, and emotional authenticity. Many observers noted that the strongest moments were those that encouraged empathy and understanding. Whether directed toward the trans community specifically, or toward anyone who has struggled with acceptance, the performance promoted themes that resonated across diverse audiences. In the end, determining the exact intention behind an artistic performance can be difficult unless the artist explicitly explains it. Art often derives its power from ambiguity, allowing viewers to find personal meaning in what they experience. What remains clear is that Pink's appearance at the 2026 Tony Awards sparked important conversations about identity, acceptance, and representation. The performance inspired discussion, reflection, and emotional responses from countless viewers. For some, it was a powerful tribute to the transgender community. For others, it was a broader celebration of individuality and authenticity. And for many, it was both. Whatever interpretation one chooses, the performance demonstrated how music and art can create meaningful dialogue around issues that matter deeply to people. It reminded audiences that messages of compassion and understanding can resonate across cultural and political divides. As the conversation continues, one thing is certain: Pink's Tony Awards performance left a lasting impression. Its themes of courage, self-expression, and acceptance continue to inspire discussion long after the final note was sung. What do you think? Was Pink's performance a deliberate ode to the trans community, or was it a broader message about self-acceptance and authenticity? Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and let us know your interpretation of one of the most talked about performances of the year. Thanks for the watching and subscribe.